Systems over goals. I'm going to tell you guys why it is more important to have systems instead of goals. And if you guys don't already know me, I'm Karina. I'm a health coach. You guys can check out my website. We do individual coaching, and then there's also group coaching. And I have a few digital products that you guys can check out as well that will help you organize, level up your life. And let's get right into this video. So today we're talking about moving from systems into goals. First, let's identify what the difference is. So goals are your standard, what do you set, like the goals that you set. Let's say you have a YouTube channel, your goal is to get to 50,000 subscribers. Okay, that's your goal. A system for that would be, okay, well, I'm going to post regularly, post twice a week, post good quality videos. What do you think is going to help you get the most progress? The goal that you have or the system that you put in place? Obviously, it's going to be the system that you put in place. Let's give this another example. Let's say the goal that you have in mind is to lose weight. Let's say it's to lose 20 pounds. What's going to get you to lose 20 pounds? Having that goal written out? Or is it a system in place that's going to help you achieve that? Let's say it's 30 minutes of physical activity every single day. Let's say it's making food from home rather than getting takeout. These are the systems that you'd have to put in place to get to the end goal. So there's a goal that's going to be in mind, but I want this video to remind you guys to shift your focus from goals and into systems. And when we get into systems, I want you to detach yourself from the systems. You may not even know it, but you are attached to your routine or the goal that you have. Attached means that you ask yourself, do I want to do that? So if your goal, again, was to lose weight, you have a system set in place to work out and to eat from home. Now you are feeling emotionally attached to that goal. You're feeling like, okay, am I reach there? Am I not reach there? If you don't visibly see the progress, you don't see the pounds being lost, you may feel like you lose that motivation or that discipline. You're going to be like, okay, well, I don't really see it's working, so why don't I just stop? That's being attached. What I want you guys to move into is being detached in a healthy way. Meaning, when you look at that goal, you're not identifying with it, you're not identifying with the feelings, you're just doing it. You're doing it, and it doesn't matter what results are happening. This is just a commitment you made to yourself, so you're going to just keep doing it. And you're just going to keep going and keep going. And this is really hard, to say the least. Like, once you get in the hang of it, you're going to realize you're just going to do some systems. And so every time you wake up in the morning, what's your day looking like? It's just a routine, like it's a system. You do a system. And also, don't get it mixed up. Systems do not mean routines. So systems is a way of doing something. A way of doing something is a system. A system that can be replicated, system that can be studied. It's a system. So it doesn't have to be that you every single day are doing the exact same routine. It's more so like, okay, the system I have in place for this is this. So if someone says something that triggers you, your system in place is that you nod, smile, and you walk away or whatever. And then you identify or journal about it when you get home. That could be a system that you have in place. That doesn't correspond to a routine. But systems, again, can be a routine. So let's say you put a system in place for a good morning routine and a good night routine. Morning and night routines are the most important parts of the day, but people always think routines mean during the day. Personally, for me, and for what I would recommend for women or people that want to be in a healthy balance in their feminine and as a woman, I would say the middle of your day should have more flow rather than a routine. Where your routine should come in is the morning and the night. Your routine should be fueling you and it should be rejuvenating you, not draining you or making you dread the morning. It should be making you excited about the morning. It should be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to wake up in the morning to do this amazing routine. I just love doing my routine. And then at night, your evening routine, it's a system. So it's a night routine that's going to help you be excited for sleep. It's making you almost like romanticize your life, romanticize the aspects, and romanticize sleep, because sleep should be romanticized. It is so important, reparative. So I'm going to give you an example from my life. I tell myself I'm going to be doing physical activity every single day. So I personally just work out in my home. I want to get a gym membership eventually, but right now I just feel like this is what I want to do. Like, I like the comfort of my home. I like the working out at home. Okay, regardless, whatever. So I know that I'm going to do some type of workout, or I'm going to do a stretch every single day. So I have like a playlist of videos that I'll just play one and I'll just do that. Even if it's like the simplest stretch, but at least I'm doing that. And they're usually tailored to my goals. So let's say it's posture, flexibility. Okay, well, I'm going to specifically choose those videos, or I'm going to choose the muscle groups that I want to stretch, that I feel like, okay, I'm having like sore back, so I'm going to do a back stretch, a stretch for back muscles. This is where I have the system in place. I know every single day I'm going to work out. And there's going to be days off. There's going to be days where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do an entire like workout or an entire stretch. I'm just going to do a few stretches on the mat, or I'm going to do a walk. This is fine, okay? But it's the system that you have in place that you know you're going to do this physical activity. You're not attached to it emotionally. I'm not thinking, what is the end goal? What is the progress? Do I see progress? If not, okay, no, let's just forget it. No, I'm just doing the system. I'm doing the system. I'm doing the system. And this is especially important with things that you don't see instant results with. Something you know you're not going to see instant results with, you need to emotionally detach. You need to just do it. Just do it. The next point in this pretty quick video is to focus less on yourself. It is so easy to be caught up in ourselves, in our lives, in our own emotions, and everything. Everything to do with us. We are the center of our own worlds. But I want you guys to focus less on the self and more on the action. Your emotions, what your mind is telling you, is not always going to align with what you should be doing, or what system you had in place, right? So same thing with I just said, healthily detach. Think of yourself less. A busy body is a busy mind. This kind of ties into the quality of humility. How to adapt humility. Why humility is so important. Thinking of yourself less. Having a goal in mind and knowing you're going to pursue that goal regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of what you're thinking. That doesn't mean neglect yourself, okay? There's a balance. Listen to your body for sure. But when you set up a system in place, the whole point of consistency and confidence comes from keeping your word. Stop questioning, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? And with this advice, we have to be careful and we have to have discernment. Because there's certain things where you don't want to feel neglected. Like I said, you don't want to feel like you neglected your own needs. So if it's like going to a social gathering that you know is draining, you don't want to go to that. That's not what I'm talking about. Say no to that, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When it's something that you have to do for yourself. Okay, let's say it's meal prepping at the beginning of the week. It's a system. You just get in the kitchen and you start doing it, regardless of how you feel. Detach yourself from the feelings like involved in it. Just get there and do it. Then as you're doing it, you're going to start enjoying it. You're going to be like, wow, I actually kept my word. I'm actually feeling so much more confident. Just try this out. You're going to notice that your confidence increases. This is how you master your life. Now, you can set systems up in multiple areas of your life. I'm going to make a video on like glow up tips, health and beauty, wellness, all my tips for those areas. But one of those aspects I'm going to mention is maintenance routines. So systems that you have in place for even your hygiene or maintenance or beauty routines. So if you're a woman, and even if you're a man, there's certain systems that you have in place for maintaining yourself. So let's say it's getting a haircut. If you're a woman, some people get them every 3 months, some people get them every 2 years. Wherever you feel like is the best for you, let's have that system set in place. Okay, let's have a proper routine for like hygiene, a system set in place. These are systems. So the goal that you have in mind, obviously know your goal. Identify your goal. What is your goal? Have an end goal in mind, an end vision, but having that system set up in place is what you're going to put your energy into. Because like I said in the beginning of this video, is it better to just have that written on the wall of like, I want to lose 20 pounds? Or is it better to have a system set in place that, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds by doing this, and this, as the systems. Set those systems up. And then you can set up a system of how you deal with your emotions, how you deal with your mental and emotional health. I've talked about this in many different videos, but mastering your emotions and doing it in a way of systems rather than a goal. So instead of your goal being like, I want to rid myself of anxiety, set up a system to lower your anxiety. So you do these anxiety reducing practices every single day. Those are systems. You can call them goals, but as long as you are getting into the habit of it's like a system that you've detached from, you just do it. So you know, okay, well, this is like breath work. I have to do it every day. This is my time for prayer. I do it every single day. When I'm feeling anxious, I take a step back and I journal. Okay, these are systems you can set up in place. And that's another thing about my coaching is my clients, I help them set up systems in their lives. And then that's what they're focused on is the systems. And that's what you're going to keep improving. So if you guys are interested in coaching with me, it's going to be linked in my description. And if you have any questions, you can message me on my Instagram. But I think this video is basically done. I didn't want to ramble on for too long. I think it's a pretty easy concept, and I think it's a super important video to make. That's why I wanted to make it, because I think we all have goals in mind, but it's so much harder to actually put those steps in place of how to achieve those. And ask yourself and be honest. Like, even I had to reassess my goals, because I have goals that I have written down, but I don't have the how-to plan of how to get there. And if you don't have the how-to plan, you're a lot less likely to achieve those goals, rather than having like a set plan of like exact steps. How will you achieve that? Going back to the losing 20 pounds, that's the goal. I'm gonna keep going back to this example. How are you gonna achieve losing 20 pounds? Physical activity. That's not enough. We have to get more detailed. How are you going to do the physical activity? Well, I'm going to start with 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. Or we can even do it like 3 times a week. Okay? Well, maybe you've never worked out in your life. Maybe twice a week is enough. And you're going to start very low and slow, because you don't want to overexert yourself and hurt yourself, right? You want to start slow with things. How are you going to work out? What are you going to do? Where are you going to do it? Do you have the right shoes? Do you have the right mat? Do you have the time? Did you actually carve out that 30 minutes in your day? What time in the day did you want to actually do that? If you don't plan for everything that could go wrong, it's harder for you when the time comes. So when you wake up tomorrow and you know on your list, you're like, okay, well, I was going to work out for 30 minutes. But you didn't really plan ahead. You didn't plan accordingly. You didn't carve out the time. You didn't get the outfit ready, or you didn't even buy the shoes that you needed. It's a lot easier to do the task when you've already navigated the obstacles and you know the plan you have in place for these obstacles. Have the goal in mind. Okay, what's the system to get to that goal? And then think, what's going to stop me from doing this? What are possible things that can stop me? And now how can I prevent those factors that I just identified from stopping me? It's planning. It takes planning. And then you set those systems up, you tweak the systems, and you just keep going. You keep going. Detach from it. Keep doing the systems, and you're going to see the results. But don't attach yourself to the results, because if the results are not instant, then you give up. That's not what we're doing. We don't give up. It's easy to just give up, but this is the whole point of mastering your own life. Mastering your entire life. Mastering your entire life is setting the systems up, so that your life is like a system. Your life is in the state of flow, and you feel secure within yourself because you know you're taking care of yourself, because you set up systems in order to love yourself, in order to take care of yourself, in order to develop yourself. You're going to feel so much more like taken care of. You're going to feel like you're not going to feel lost. This really helps with people that feel lost, and people that feel confused, people that feel unsure, like self-doubt. When you have good, solid, like systems set in place, this is how you're going to feel like amazing. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there. If you guys want to check out my health coaching, check out it in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.